A San Antonio YouTuber discloses her partner's sexual impotence. Stay tuned. God bless you, friends. Thank you for joining me on Morning Nuggets. This is yours truly, Pastor Nate. And as always, it is my absolute pleasure every time I can come and speak with you. I pray this video finds you well. Someone had asked me, well, what are you going to say about Treecey's situation? And I was like, there's so many things and events that happen in that situation. I don't know if I can pull a morning nugget out of that. Well, I came up with something, and we're going to be talking about sexual impotence. It's real, it's a part of life, and it's in scripture. So I can talk about it. I'm talking about it in good taste. What spurred this conversation, as I alluded earlier, Treecey went on this vacation with her partner, and I don't want to call her partner's name because we're talking about impotence and I don't want to humiliate anyone, or so I just leave her partner unnamed. And this is public information because she said this out of her mouth. Treecey was on her live a couple of days ago and she was talking about her partner's impotence. And it's not to pick on her partner, but this is a message at large. It sparked conversation. You may say, well, what is impotence? Impotence is someone who doesn't have the ability to function. In the sense of sexuality, this person, particularly a male, doesn't have the ability to function sexually, whether it be to have an orgasm or to get an erection, politically put. And some of the causes of that: excessive alcohol drinking, it could be drug use, it could be stress, depression, because that weighs on our emotions and how we feel about ourselves, which would probably have a negative impact on the way you perform. It could be the medications. I've heard some tell me that they can't perform because of certain medication. Because you know, I worked in the healthcare industry for 4 years, so this isn't anything new to me. And of course, it could be your diet. That should encourage men to pursue a healthier lifestyle, especially if you're married, because there's nothing more frustrating than being impotent doing intimacy. Come on, somebody. As I stated, I was listening to Treecey, and she was very, very clear on what happened. I want you to take a listen.
And you mad at me because you was running around here drunk and couldn't do nothing.
One of my main points for presenting this is to let you know there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that we're experiencing in this day, it happened in scripture. And you know, I like to take these events and these interesting things that we hear about, I like to go to the scripture and couple it with scripture to let you know, hey, that's in the Bible too. So 1 Kings 1:1-4 talks about David. He was very old and he was cold, and they were trying to put blankets on him to warm him up, and they couldn't do it. And so the people around him say, well, let me go get a young girl, a virgin, that could warm you up since you're so cold. Pun intended, because I'm sure that's symbolic of being warm sexually too. So they brought the girl in. They searched for the most beautiful girl in that area. Brought the young girl to the old king, David. And the girl lay beside David. And the scripture said David had no sexual relation. He could not perform. In other words, he was sexually impotent. And you may say, well, that's because he was old. Yeah, maybe that's true too. I don't know how old he was, but some old men can perform. But age does affect, I'm sure. Friend, tell me what you think about this exhortation. I know it was quite interesting. If you like what you have heard and you like the content that's being produced on this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll be glad to have you part of the Smart family. In the meantime, in between time. Be at peace and not in pieces.